Hey guys, happy Tip Tuesday. Okay guys, so I wanted to show you how you can kind of go about your day without wearing tons of makeup, but kind of having like that coverage underneath your eye. As you can see here, I have that purpleness going on in here and it's completely covered. Okay, so I want to show you guys this quick, easy tip that's going to help you get in and get out the door. So one of the biggest things that a lot of people struggle with is they immediately go for like a highlighter, right? Like everybody loves a highlighter, which there's nothing wrong with a highlighter, right? Now, if you're saying hi on here and you're speaking to me on here with messages, I can't see them for some reason. Facebook is not letting me. So when I'm done here, I will go back in and I will read your comments. But today I'm going to show you how you can just get that natural everyday look just by applying a little bit of concealer underneath here without using a highlighting concealer. So when we look at blue and black and purple underneath the eye, we look across from the color wheel. It's very easy, very kindergartenish. We look across the color wheel. It's a corally color. So we don't want to take this light color until we've covered that purpleness, right? Now, here's the second thing that people struggle with. They use too much. They use too much. So if you look underneath here, I hardly used anything underneath that eye, okay? So I'm just going to, now this is the trick, okay? You're going to be so wowed, okay? So all I do is I go to where that line is right there. And I go into there. Ooh, I see a new like sunspot I need to work on. Okay, so I'm just going to just go in there a little bit. And I'm just going to kind of go right in here. And then I'm going to take I'm going to take a damp blender full, okay? I'm just going to pat a little bit on there and I'm just going to go underneath the eye. Okay. Now, the reason why I pat it in with a blender is because it allows the body heat of the concealer to kind of warm it up. It's a waxed base. So you want to make sure that you're using something that's a little bit waxier, especially if you have mature skin. Okay. Because it's not going to settle in those fine lines and wrinkles. Okay. So I'm just going in and I'm just tapping it in. Now, if you feel like, hey, I want a little bit more coverage in there, you can just kind of go in and put a little bit more in that area. You don't want to get too concealer happy because you don't want tons in there, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to set it so it lasts all day. So I'm going to take some setting spray and I'm just going to pat that in, okay? I'm just going to pat her in. Okay. And it is all done. Okay. So I've got a little bit of that on there. It's not going to crease. I'm just taking some extra and I'm throwing it up in here just so I can cover some of that redness up. Okay. Perfect. So as you can see here, not only does it help cover the darkness, but then it also, I've showed you how to kind of create that non-creasing look. So now you can go in with your lighter concealer. Okay. And I actually like to use my lighter concealer just kind of like on the side. Okay. Because I don't like tons of light concealer. I mean, I like some. But you have to, and that's why I used that setting spray after I applied the concealer, because it's going to allow me to put this layer of lighting concealer on there. Okay. So now I'm going to go in with my blender again. Okay. And I'm just going to start tapping it out. Okay, so do you see how it just like lifted that eye? It gave it. I only applied it to the side and I applied it right into here. And then these are the areas I'm just going to apply foundation to. So that's why I like using concealer first, because then I don't have to use as much foundation. But do you see how it just lifted okay? I just applied a little bit of that light concealer just right in here and then right in here, okay? So it gives it that lifted look. And then again, I just take that blender and I'm just lightly patting that in, okay? So since it's wax base, it's going to be very movable. It's going to be easier to apply. And then if you wanted to go in with some more setting spray, you could go in with some more setting spray and you could set that as well, okay? You can also use translucent powder if you want. I prefer setting spray because I feel like translucent powder can make me go borderline and get the creasing if I don't set it, right? So I prefer to use setting spray. So, and make sure you use a water-based setting spray because mature skin needs water-based setting spray. Okay, guys? So that is how you cover without having tons of cakiness underneath the eye, but how to cover the purpleness, but also how to apply that lighter concealer. And so you can just use this color, which is the corally color, and the lighting color, and you can see a difference. And I do recommend using a latex blender full. This one is just stained from Halloween. It's been cleaned, but I love these little blenders. These are great, and they're so like foamy, and I like to make them damp. So hopefully this was helpful for you guys. Thanks for joining me for Tip Tuesday.